First, though, should we all stop moaning about the weather? We'd love your calls. 0207 862 2222 is the number. Arctic winds brought sub-zero temperatures to the UK last night, with much of the north of England, Wales and Scotland waking up to snowfall and icy conditions this morning. The cold spell has triggered automatic cold weather payments of £25 for low-income families in over 200 postcodes, and a severe weather alert has been issued for roads in the northwest. Various rail networks have warned of disruption to services across the week, and we're hearing of hundreds of school closures in Scotland and some in northern England too. It's sounding pretty seriously cold out there today, Nick. Do you think we've got a right to moan a little bit?
I think we should. Personally, I love the cold weather. I think as a country, we're not equipped to deal with it as other countries. I mean, you know, OK, it's at -3, -4. You go on into Europe and they have -15, -16, -20. Everything carries on as normal. There's no problem. The roads are gritted. Just everything's normal. So why can't we adopt that here? And it fascinates me with, you know, it's blue sky, sunny, beautiful air. And when you want your cold shower, it is really nice and cold and very invigorating.
Yeah,
and I know
I had one yesterday.
Yeah. So for me, I love
like it.
Obviously, you have to drive carefully on the roads. You have to respect the roads. It causes some difficulties, but I think it's nice to have, and everywhere's much cleaner.
If we Brits don't moan about the weather, we would have nothing to moan about, and it would put cups of tea out of commission.
Well, I was looking. The BBC had this thing, gorgeous thing, where they said it's been 70 years of weather forecasts on the BBC. So I'll just show, because I just thought, oh, this is lovely. So we go back here to the mid-70s, and this is Barbara Edwards. 70 years of BBC weather. Let's have a listen.
Depression not so far away to the west of us. In this clearer weather, though, there'll still be some showers.
Isn't it great with the old map? And then, hang on, dramatic moment coming.
Quite a mild night, though, but a windy one. Then tomorrow, well, most of us should see some sunshine.
Look at that!
There'll be showers around.
She changed maps. So freeze it there, and with respect to dear Barbara, I will just scrub her out, and we'll just isolate this map here, and make it a little bit clearer around the edges, and we'll take it over here, and you can tell us what's happening where you are, OK? Because here's the map, the old BBC weather map, and we'll use this just to show what's happening where you are. So in Liverpool, for example, Simon, as Simon says, he's woken up to snow falling on top of the Beatles statues. So let's get some snow here. Beatles statue snow in Liverpool, right there. Then, close by, in Macclesfield, Lindsay has shared footage of a frozen canal that has snow falling on top. There we go, frozen canal, snow falling on top. Again, we're going to just do Macclesfield down there, all right? There's been a dusting of snow falling in Nottingham. I haven't got a dusting one. I'm just going to put the same. There we go, Nottingham. We're a lot sort of Midlands, northwest area here. No, that one's not working. Let's try another. Oh, OK, here we go. Let's do that. Right, there we go. And I mentioned that the cold weather had also triggered the automatic £25 cold weather payments from the government. These are for those who receive benefits already. So in Cumbria, Northumberland and the Scottish borders, as well as some postcodes in Yorkshire, Oxfordshire, Staffordshire. Let's have a look here. So go through those places again. We had Cumbria. We had the Scottish borders, didn't we? Let's see. Here we go. And we had, I love this is like the BBC 70s weather. OK, some in Yorkshire. And even down in the south in Oxfordshire, cold weather payments. If you're in those areas and you think you qualify for the payment, do check if you can receive it. I'll just add also the northeast, beautiful Northumberland as well. So around there, also in the south there. David's in Cheshire. David, how is it with you?
Oh, it's nothing. It's negligible, just a dusting.
So it's a light dusting.
Not like when I was a kid.
Well, why is everything ground to a halt again?
I don't understand it. When I was 6, 7 years of age, I used to walk 1.5 miles on country roads, unlit, on my own, to school.
Yeah, those were the days, and you never got run over.
No. 2 other examples, right?
Yeah.
The house I lived in, the outside toilet.
So is it an outside toilet? Yeah.
And when I was in my teens, I was in Oswestry Orthopaedic Hospital, and my mother and father had got on a motorbike, 60-odd mile, no problem.
So you were in the hospital and they visited you riding on their own motorbike?
On the motorbike, yeah.
Just one motorbike, or they were riding a convoy?
No, just the one.
Pillion.
And on the Sunday afternoon, after he'd finished working on farm.
What's happened to us, David?
Well, I will not comment. We've got soft.
Well, that's that's what Nick says. Shola, have we gone soft?
Definitely.
No, I think what has happened is that we don't have the political will to drive the kind of change we need in infrastructure that will support our society during these, cold breezes.
Is that a euphemism for we've gone soft?
Well, I don't know about soft. Soft sounds more individual. I don't like the cold, right? And there are going to be some people who appreciate the cold more. Now, he's just said that his family, I think his mom, they were on a motorbike.
Yeah.
In the cold. Now, I wouldn't do that. I'd be like, oh my goodness, I'll be wrapping myself up
We're too comfortable financially. A lot of people now, I know there's a crisis going on, but a lot of people, they've got the televisions, they've got the houses, the heating. When I was at school, we used to put water at the end of the bed, and in the morning, it will be a solid ice.
Why did you put water at the end of the bed?
Just to see how cold it was.
This is like, we're going to be living in cardboard boxes.
It was fun. We enjoyed it.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, of course there was ice on the inside when I was at university. Hey, brilliant camera person Maddie from Norway. Also, we've actually got a map of Norway at an unusual angle, because you can give us the weather forecast or report from your own country.
Yes, I can. I mean, it's freezing cold here in Norway. So we have in Oslo, we have -19. And the further up you go, in Tromsø, there is -25, and that's pretty
Tromsø.
cool. Yeah.
Where is your hometown, Maddie?
It is in Oslo.
So that's the hot bit. Yeah.
Yes, that's the hot bit.
So Oslo's right down the south. Interesting.
Yeah, just there.
And where's the famous brooker, from the bridge that...
The bridge.
Yeah, well, that's not Norway.
No.
Do you remember that? Sweden, wasn't it? What's
All
the
I know
famous
is that it
drama?
looks really cold
That's a
already,
brilliant...
yeah.
I don't think it's on the map. -25 in Tromsø.
Yes,
I always call it Tromsø.
Tromsø.
Tromsø. Maddie, thank you. Can we do this every day? But the thing is, the whole point is, the trains are still running.
Yes, everything's still running.
Yes!
Everything's fine.
Exactly.
If you go
That's
to
the point.
school, even if it's snow up to here, you go.
That's what I'm saying. Now,
Get on
we
with
have
it.
not
We can
invested.
swim.
We haven't invested in the infrastructure to support.
But that's because we only have this for 2 weeks, right?
But aren't we always looking for an excuse not to do things? Don't we always want to, it's a bit this or it's a bit that, we're not going to do it, we can't do it. Computer says no.
We got Louise in...
Isn't that our mentality?
Louise is in Manchester. Now, how is it? Give me a weather word, Louise. Snow?
It's snowing at the moment.
Snow.
-1 degree.
Oof. Well, I mean, I'm going, but Maddie's just told us it's -25 in Tromsø.
Oh, God.
Manchester. So how is it out of your window? Have you looked out the window?
I have, yeah. The snow's coming down thick and fast.
Is it settling?
I'm hoping so, yeah, so that I can get out and about.
You're hoping it will settle?
Yeah.
So you can get out and about. What? Because have you got some good shoes?
No excuse.
I'm going to need, good
You watch
shoes.
yourself?
I've got good shoes, yeah, but, I need to go out and do a few things today, and because I've got a disability, to find it
All
hard
right.
to get out.
Well, good for you for making the trip, and I hope you're safe. I just remember, Louise, when I worked in Coventry in the Midlands in the 80s on a newspaper, it snowed like crazy once. I just walked into work. I walked in on the road. There's a car behind me beeping, I remember. And I'm thinking, I think most people now wouldn't come in. They'd just say, I'm cut off. Do you think we've gone soft, Louise?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, as a nation. I mean, I went to school in the 80s with a broken leg at 9. I mean, Nana, God bless her, she made me a knitted sock thing to go over my toe.
Yeah.
And we still have to go to school no matter what.
So you got yourself to school with a broken leg?
In the snow.
In the snow?
Yeah.
They don't make them like Louise did. No.
Of tough
They don't make them like you anymore, Louise. Thank you so much. Have a safe day. To Maddie here about Norway and how it's minus 25 in Tromsø, and Maddie brilliantly was talking about. So I've just remembered a friend of mine's just literally been there this week, and she sent me this little film. Right, this is my friend Rachel.
It's incredibly cold and incredibly beautiful. This is the Arctic Cathedral.
The Arctic Cathedral. I mean, I can't. But the point is, I can't even hear it because of the wind. But that's weather. That's the minor, and they're still moving. You guys are still moving around.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. So when I cycled into work this morning, as I do every day, people say, should you stop? No, of course not. And the only issue I had as I was just going to turn, I came up here, it was a Hyde Park, and I'm thinking, I suddenly realized this corner might have some black ice. So I just overtake that cyclist and slow down a bit. That's the only thing. Didn't need any panic, any drama.
Jeremy, do you put winter tyres on?
Nope, I haven't got any winter tyres. I've just got a nice padded coat so that if I fall off, I will bounce. Yeah? Happy with that?
I wouldn't be cycling.
Well, but all of the viewers are ringing saying we're too soft. One of the other things that always comes up is why trains don't run when there's a bit of snow. And Network Rail Scotland has tried to answer this question with this animated explainer.
Snow and ice can build up to block points, the movable sections of track that enable trains to change lines. This can prevent trains from accessing certain routes or platforms, causing delays. Ice can even coat the electrified third rail and overhead power cables. This stops trains from drawing the power they need to run, leaving them stranded. Icicles on tunnels and bridges can sometimes cause serious damage to passing trains. Meanwhile, a sharp drop in temperature after a very wet autumn can cause rain to freeze in between the stones that support the track. When it thaws, the track can move.
No, I don't see a problem there at all.
But you see, but the question has to be, if they're able to point out what the problems are you telling me that decade after decade after decade, they've not come up with a solution or measures
They don't want to.
prevent the risks of this happening? There's no political will.
It's the idea that there's a bit of ice on some points and you can't run a train. Why not wiggle them backwards and forwards?
How do all other countries operate?
Yeah.
Why are we the only country that literally comes to a standstill with the slightest problem in our way?
We may have, and this is the defence of them, higher safety standards. It's possible, because if you don't run any trains, no one dies. That's the starting point.
If you don't drive any cars, there's no car crashes.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Elaine is in Lanarkshire. Oh, hang on, let's find you on the map. Elaine, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
So I'm guessing you've got some snow there in Lanarkshire?
We've got a little on the floor, but we're expecting some shortly.
You're expecting some shortly? Okay, that's the forecast, is it?
Yes,
So,
that's the forecast.
And
yes.
I'm thinking you're roughly there. If you can see me, just maybe right a bit there. Yeah?
Round about where that top pound was. No, a little bit to the right.
This is like the golden shot. Remember that? Yeah? How's that? Just say fire when you want me to stick it down.
Yeah, that'll do.
Brilliant.
That's just about there, yes.
So Glasgow, Edinburgh, and you're in between. So the snow it doesn't sound that snowy if it's not settled yet.
No, it's -3 at the moment.
See, because these two are basically saying -3, we've got to get on with it.
Well, yes, we have.
Yeah. What do you think about the train video there, which explains that if you've got icicles hanging from a bridge, it could damage the roof of a train?
Yeah, but, I mean, there's no such thing as bad weather.
Just
bad clothes.
Bad kit. Yeah, well, that's what Maddie just said to me. Thank you, Elaine in Lanarkshire. And we've got Chris, who's right the other side of the country, in Portsmouth. How's the weather with you, Chris?
Hello, Jeremy. The weather is we got sunny here. The temperature went as low as about -1. It's not that cold. I've been out and about this morning. I was walking around. Now, I've got cerebral palsy. We're all making a fuss over nothing.
So I'm going to give you sunshine, Chris. Does that sound right?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
But just down a little bit from there, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Also, I thought that these points on the railways, they had heaters so they could defrost the points to keep the things working.
Well, I don't. I mean, apparently Elton John has got a heated toilet seat. Why can't they install? Why can't they install that on the railways?
I'm not sure I want to do.
It's basic stuff.
Dwell on that.
I'm sure you must be right. I mean, if you're a rail person watching that, Chris, I don't know if you'd go with it, really, would you?
Yeah. I just thought it was just excuses, and we just got to be rather a pathetic country.
Well, you run the trains until one stops. That's basically it. Thank you, Chris, and have a good day. Esther is in Cheshire. Now, I'm just looking at my different weather icons. What would be yours in Cheshire, Esther?
We do have snow.
Right, OK, that sounds pretty terminal. Has Cheshire come to a halt as well?
Round about where we live, yeah, it does.
Have you got... It's quite interesting, this, Esther, looking at my map here. All the snow reports we've got are from Cheshire, Liverpool, Macclesfield, Manchester. All the reports of money being triggered by cold weather are from a little bit further north and south. That's odd. Have you got cold weather payment on its way?
We don't, but we are triggered in this area.
You're triggered. OK, so I understand. You're triggered, so you would be eligible if you were in that category.
Yeah, but what I wanted to say was in terms of Norway, I've travelled there quite a lot, and I didn't get to go to Cape North because of snow.
So
it did shut the roads.
At last, we got some pushback on Norway. So what? They closed the road, did they?
Yeah.
There we are, Maddie.
But it would have had to be pretty bad.
The Norwegians are panicking.
To be fair, the snow in Honningsvåg, which is near Cape North, was as tall as me, and I'm not quite 5 foot tall.
That's not helping, Esther. OK, Maddie, you're off the hook.
Whereabouts in Cheshire there's snow, because I've got to go back there later on.
Esther, where is the snow in Cheshire? Nick's heading back there later.
About junction 18 on the M6.
Junction 18.
Not good.
Let's put that there. I know exactly where that is. There we go. Right there, Nick. So, Esther, thank you. Very good weather report. Loving these weather reports. Linda in Kent. We haven't heard from Kent yet. How are you doing, Linda?
Oh, it's wonderful. I've been out the garden in my bikini this morning.
So you've got...
I'm joking.
But you've got some sun. You've got a blue sky, have you?
A blue sky, sunshine, yes. I do think everybody's getting very, very soft. I do remember the winter of 62 started snowing on Boxing Day in 62, and we didn't thaw until March.
1964, we think, yeah. So
No, it was 62. Boxing Day of 62.
Nick's been told. Here we are. OK. And it didn't thaw till March. 63.
And I went to school.
Well, that's the thing. We had someone call earlier who had to go to school in the snow with a broken leg.
And the trains ran.
Well,
yes. I don't know what sort of trains they were back then, because I'm not an expert on trains, but I do know they did keep running.
I gather in Kent, the sea froze for a mile offshore in 1962.
Yes.
And they still sent the boats out.
And the river. The river Medway froze.
Have you got any plans today, Linda, that you're going to be spending time in the cold?
No, not really.
Just gardening.
No plans to go out, but...
There we are. Well, brilliant weather report. Thank you. That's a fact. We've got almost... I'm going to guess here Devon and Cornwall aren't badly affected by snow. They tend to get away, because as Basil Fawlty said, that's the Cornish Riviera down there. But doubtless there'll be more coming our way in the north. But, yeah, whether we've just panicked early here...
I wasn't panicking.
No, you weren't. A panel aren't panicking. Thank you for all your calls. We think we may be too soft. Later, we'll... Go on.
Don't we have a different approach now? I mean, all the contributors have said, we just get on with it, and they tend to be probably of a slightly older generation, closer to the end of the Second World War. Isn't the attitude now different? And isn't it, in fact, the truth? We are soft. We look for a reason not to do stuff.
OK, later we'll...